like the waiting room because it makes it like this flood of people at the beginning of the meeting. Like everybody all came in. That was super fun. So thank you for your anxiously waiting patience. I'm letting everybody in. Oh, this is so fun. Admit all, everybody's joining. Do you guys hear the little beep when people join the waiting room, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me.
I think it's just you.
Oh, well, it's fun. I'll tell you. You can hear what I hear, you would be excited. So thank you guys for being here. Happy Tuesday. That's kind of a Monday. We're going to get this meeting going. I'm going to make sure everybody that's in the waiting room is now in. It looks like we have a lovely turnout. So I'm very, very excited for our September team meeting. My name is Erin Woods, and I am one of the national directors of the Great Love Nation. And I'm going to say hi over in the chat. And I would love for everybody to say hi in the chat and where you're joining us from. And how long you've been a partner and who your sponsor is. And if this is your first team meeting, let us know. So I bet we have some new partners here tonight because we welcomed 41 new partners to the Great Love Nation. Hello from Boston, Chicago. There we go. First team meeting for Lacey, Warren, Minnesota. Salem, North Carolina. So we are all over Florida, Michigan, St. Pete. I'm in Longwood, Florida, which is a suburb of Orlando. We've got Ohio. Oh yeah, Ohio, Milwaukee. Yay, so many fun places. Welcome, welcome. First meeting for Joy from Kentucky. Hello, Marie's here from Colorado. Super excited. Okay, so I'm going to get the PowerPoint started and we're going to kick this meeting off. Okay. Loria, give me a thumbs up if you can see. Yay. Okay. So welcome to our monthly team meeting. We really try to honor the valuable time that you have to spare. Usually not much in this day and age, but we want you to join us, preferably in person, once a month for 1 hour at the most to kind of get engaged, get in the know, get inspired, get motivated, connect with your sisters for your team or for your month for Trades of Hope. Our team meeting is typically the first Monday of the month, but because of Labor Day, we bumped it to tonight. Hopefully you got the memo. Obviously, if you're here, you did. But for the rest of the year, it will be that first Monday at 8:30 p.m. For the record, or just note, hint, we always use the same Zoom link. So you can save this Zoom and the one that's in the email or wherever you got the Zoom link tonight, copy and paste it somewhere and use it every time. It's always the same, which I think is nice and convenient. So August, oh my goodness. August was a wild month for many, many reasons. Obviously, we sent 54 partners to Antigua, Guatemala, to meet with our artisan partners and have an absolutely life-changing experience. And it was also a roller coaster month in terms of sales. We had this kind of wild final 3 days. When you send all the top sellers in the company to a foreign land, it does sort of affect sales, but then you sent them to that foreign land to meet the women that we partner with. And it's like, yeah, we better sell. We better, hold up our end of the bargain. So the 3-day rally was absolutely incredible. I challenged the entire Great Love Nation to sell $250 over the course of that 3 days. And many of you did it. 35 of you achieved that. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 women with over $500 in 3 days. Lori Norman had 567, Marie Chenard had 556, Diane Wilson had $701, Melissa Altman had 601, Tammy Sumner had 649, Leanna Deaton had 776, Carrie Owens had 894, I had 930, and Bobby had $1,167 over the course of the last 3 days of the month. So amazing sales. Like I said, over 35 of you had over $250. And I didn't give away the Mayan tote because we didn't hit the goal. But I did give away a Faja strap, and Mandy Mendoza won that. So Mandy, if you're here, your faja strap should be to you any moment. And just thank you all for participating in that end of the month rally. It was super fun and just breaking barriers of belief and doing really kind of crazy things. You guys really jumped into the bikes and the giving necklaces, and it was just fun. It was just fun to see everybody talking about Trades of Hope, sharing passionately and boldly, because that's what our artisan partners want. That's what they do. That's how they show up to their job. So we want to show up in that same way. And you guys definitely did that in August. These are our top sellers for August. They were actually, the top 3 were the same as the top sellers in July. Me and Diane and Bobby came in 1, 2, and 3 this month as well. Donna Schroering had an amazing month. I see you here, Donna. She does such great work. Donna, you are just like a quiet hero on the Great Love Nation. I hope you know that. But she is an amazing retired CPA and grandmother to many now. How many grandkids do you have now, Donna? You got a ton. And she's a tennis pro, basically tennis player, and she does all these cool fundraiser events with her tennis people, and she's just awesome. I love you, Donna, and I appreciate you. And then Tresca Riley rounding out our top 5. And 4 of the top 5 were in Guatemala as well in August. 208 partners came in with at least 1 sale in the month of August. Would love to double that in September, October, November. And 8 of the 10 top sellers were in Guatemala. So it was a crazy month and ended up being wonderful. The other thing that was crazy and wonderful was how many new partners we welcomed. This is so cool. And this is where the magic happens. This is the growth, the exponential growth that our artisan partners need and want to create a sustainable achievement of our mission within Trades of Hope. And so we welcomed all of these amazing ladies into our sisterhood. Many of you are here tonight. I think I saw Catherine. I think Nicole's hopping on. I saw some of you say that this was your first meeting. So Lacey's here, Joy. So very, very excited about that, and just excited for you to launch into your business, into this amazing fall season. You are the women we've been waiting for. We had some rank ups in August as well. 3 new qualified partners. Actually, all 5 of these ladies are qualified partners, but Dawn Crutchfield, is it Letitia Actel, Lori Casting, all became qualified, which means they sold their first $1,000, which also means that they got their $100 coupon, which is really fun. I know Dawn was very excited about that, her sponsor. And then we had 2 new lead partners. So the first rank above qualified, and that's Carrie Owens and Catherine Bazika. And Catherine actually double ranked. She joined in August and then promoted all the way up to lead. So congratulations. Just for the record, fall is a wonderful time to print out the compensation plan and look at it and consider a rank that you might want to go for. Our compensation plan is really cool because you can move up in rank and earn extra income just by yourself. You don't necessarily have to have a team, but you can also do it that way. So there's kind of like 2 paths all the way up to being right before you get to director. So you can actually be quite a leader and move up the ranks in Trades of Hope without building a team. And then hopefully you'll catch the fire at some point and realize how much more powerful we can be as a team. But it is a good time of year to consider taking a look at that compensation plan. Okay, the Learn About group was obviously blowing up in August. We did a Guatemala takeover. It was so fun. Like I said, 41 amazing new partners have joined our Great Love Nation. Megan Dahlheimer won the Wapeel saddlebag. So congratulations again, Megan. That was also really, really fun. And this month is going to be really special as well. We have a very exciting birthday party that I shared the event today in a save the date post. So start inviting your guests, women who are interested in being a Trades of Hope partner. This is the group. I try to be super clear. This group's purpose is to learn about being a partner with Trades of Hope. So it's very clear why they are interested in joining this group. So Elizabeth and I, on September 12th, which is the Tuesday night before the birthday celebrations really begin, we're going to host a birthday party, and we're going to do some fun, like Trades of Hope history, like trivia. We're going to do some giveaways. I told Elizabeth I want like behind the scenes stories from the beginning, like 13 years ago. Elizabeth was a teenager when Trades of Hope was founded. So I was like, I want to know what it feels like to have the company become a teenager. And we're going to talk a little bit about like the rebellious spirit of Trades of Hope, kind of being a disruptor in the industry, starting a direct sales company that's fair trade when that was not a thing 13 years ago. So there's going to be some of that conversation, some fun surprises and things that we're working on. But that's going to be on September 12th at 9:00 p.m. Eastern. And this says Gretchen and Elizabeth. It's just going to be me and Elizabeth. And then we'll have our normal end of the month invitation to hope, which Loria and Audra did last month. We're going to have another interview. And I'm really excited. I'm not going to announce who it is yet because I have not officially asked the people to do it, but you're going to love it. And so lots of things happening. This is definitely the main space where if you're like, I'm doing this party, or I'm talking to this person and they're really interested in learning more about Trades of Hope and what it is to be a partner, this is where you add them. The Learn About Being a Partner with Trades of Hope group. All right. So if you don't know where that group is, actually, you all should know where that group is. I think probably most of you are in it. On Saturday, I did a very spontaneous new partner meetup. I was so excited that we had 41 new partners. I was like, I'm going to do a call. And it was great. So many of you were there. It was very well attended. It's still available to be viewed in the group because I went live in the group via the Zoom. So some of the highlights that I shared, some of the things that I think are super important. For every single partner at Trades of Hope, it's almost like required reading, right? You should read Our Voices Rising. Okay. So our founder, Gretchen Heichkens, wrote a beautiful book this summer that tells the story of Trades of Hope from before Trades of Hope was even an idea, kind of the roots of Gretchen's journey to get to the part where she created a direct sales business that was fair trade, creating jobs for women. It is a beautiful book. It is a quick read. And I think like I said, it's kind of like required reading. So if you haven't read Our Voices Rising yet, I strongly suggest it. That was something that I shared on Saturday to our new partners. It also just gives you a really deep connection right out of the gate to what we're doing. It helps you understand the mission and the heartbeat of who we are at Trades of Hope. And then there's all these artisan stories in the book that you can start to find personal resonance and connection to, because one of the most important things to do as a new partner is start to kind of like create your safety net, because what you're going to experience is you've got this like bursting excitement and enthusiasm, and you're going to go like tell people about it that you think are just going to love it like you do, and they're not going to love it like you do. And then you're going to be like, oh, why don't this person, I thought this person would love it and they don't, or they're totally ignoring my messages. And you're going to have this like feeling of like, oh man, okay, well, maybe I've made a mistake, or maybe, it's not as exciting as I thought it is. I've been a partner for 10 years. It is just as exciting as you think it is. It is an amazing thing that we're doing. You just have to kind of build up that resilience muscle to know and trust it, and keep your why really strong to your heart, so that when people decide to, kind of ignore it or not understand it or feel as excited about it as you do, it's okay. That's their thing. You just let them go and you move on to the next person. Because I can promise you that for every person who's not interested, there are lots of women and lots of people out there, probably people that you've never met, who are very, very interested and will be very, very excited about this Trades of Hope business that you've started. So just really kind of building that safety net was something that I talked a lot about on Saturday. And then we also shared about just kind of the basic getting started type things, which is all available on the Getting Started checklist. And then launching. And I did share a lot about launching in September. So I hope if you're here on the call and you're a new partner, Drop in the chat if you have decided you're going to launch in September, or if you want to, or declare it now, because it would be a great time to launch. But if you want to watch that whole meeting, it is available in the Learn About group. I also mentioned in that meeting, and I have included this the last few team meetings, I've been using a new platform called Flowdesk to send out emails to the entire team. So if you are not receiving these emails, at this point, I probably sent out 8 of them, maybe 10, first of the month, and then maybe two during the course of the month since May, I think. So if you are not getting these emails, you need to find them, and they might be in your spam, or they might be, I update the distribution list every couple of weeks to make sure that I'm getting new partners in there. Often I've had people send me their email and say, I'm not getting it, here's my email address. And then I find that they're on the subscriber list. So you got to search Flowdesk and see what comes up, or you can search by like the name of like the subject line of the email. So you should have gotten, if you've been around since July, you would have gotten this email, July team meeting, or August team meeting, or September team meeting. All of those were subject lines that I used. But these emails are definitely crafted with love and full of information. I've been sending them out on the first of the month. And then like today, I sent one as a reminder for the meeting tonight. So if you're not getting these, I want to make sure that we remedy that. And if you search and you really can't find it, email me or message me privately, like Facebook message me, and let me know, and send me your email address, and we'll solve it, because I'm really passionate about everybody getting these amazing emails. All right. Rising Together. Rising Together is happening. Drop in the chat if you have earned a coupon. How much fun is it to earn a coupon? Oh my gosh. I love earning coupons. This is such a fun incentive that started at the beginning of August and will carry on through the end of the year, and gives you the opportunity to kind of set sustainable goals within your business to achieve different sales markers and earn a coupon for doing that. And that's it. It's every 2 weeks. It's not a all or nothing. It starts over every 2 weeks. So if you missed it for August, guess what? We just started again on September 1st, and you have until the 15th to earn a $55 coupon for this month, or for this 2-week period. You can earn all of these coupons if you set pop-up dates and events and vendor events and different things within these 2-week marks, and have the sales. You hit the sales goal, you get the coupon. I thoroughly enjoyed using my Rising Together coupons. It makes it fun when a new chapter comes out and I've got a coupon to use. So it's just kind of a strategic way to approach your business for the rest of the year. Yay, Charity got the first 2 so far. Claudia got 1. Yay, Marilyn's gotten 2. Pam's gotten 2. Love it. Halfway to the 3rd one. Amazing. Yeah, coupons are fun. I think it's really important to like resist purchasing something until you've like earned the thing. So like, don't just go buy everything. Like, treat it like a business, right? Stay sustainable. Wait for the coupon before you get, the new bag. There's always going to be a new bag. All right, here's some dates. Most of these dates are available on your home like dashboard, but I just wanted to I always try to put these up for you for the month. We are in a very predictable rhythm in 2023. A lot of things happen basically on the same day each month. Like Hope Mail always launches on the 1st, which I love this month's Hope Mail. Who loves this month's Hope Mail? I think it is. I didn't look at it ahead. And then, so like I was surprised on the 1st, and I was like, oh, that is so cute. Like, I love the little rice bags. So I'm like, give me more patterns. Like I'll take a rice bag any day. But I love it. Then that always launches on the 1st. Hope Mail is so fun. The 2nd of every month is our chapter release. We will have a chapter release in October. We will have a chapter release in November, but we will not have a chapter release in December. FYI, we're doing something different and super, super fun in December. September 12th, I already mentioned, this is our special birthday invitation to Hope with just Elizabeth and I, no G, but I already mentioned that. That's in the Learn About group. And then the big happening this month is September 13th through the 18th, and that is our birthday celebration. It's our 13th birthday. There will be an awesome gift with purchase, and there are 3 levels. So you can actually earn 3 of the gifts. They are bracelets, and I'll show you a picture in a minute. And they're beautiful, and they are so fun and so special. And from Haiti, which is like where Trades of Hope started. And so very meaningful in that way as well. So your guests and customers will be able to get those bracelets by shopping between the 13th and the 18th. And then on the 15th, we have the birthday product release, which is this Quest backpack, which I'm wearing here in the picture. It's a convertible backpack. It actually can be carried 3 different ways. It is super, super cool. Really excited about this bag. And that's the surprise. It's not a surprise for you guys now, but it's a great way to say to your customers, hey, you should do a party on the 14th because there's this backpack launching, there's this gift with purchase, it's our birthday celebration, this is the perfect time to do a pop-up. And then September 19th is when the actual Prelude product for October launches. Little insider tip or scoop, October's chapter is all holiday decor. So get ready for that. If you've never been around for the holidays at Trades of Hope, we love adorable Christmas ornaments and Christmas decor, and our customers do. You will have loyal customers that want all the ornaments every year, and they start to collect them, and it just becomes this whole thing. So we have a whole holiday thing coming in October. September 22nd is a product release. I believe it is the next giving necklace, which I'm really excited about. The chain for it is actually a little bit longer, and the give back is, there's actually 2 of them, one for the gold and one for the silver, but they are both related to education. So I'm very excited about our giving necklace that's coming later this month. And then we will have some kind of customer promotion at the end of the month from the 26th to the 30th. And then the 26th is also our Invitation to Hope. So lots of fun things. All right. So speaking of Invitation to Hope and the Learn About group, we launched 3 new collections this month again for joining, but this is our $13 welcome collection. So similar to the Pause collection last month, $10. This is like a really kind of no-brainer, like, how could you say no to $13? That's 2.5 lattes. And you get a beautiful business changing the world. And the welcome collection, you get to pick one of these 5 products as your welcome gift. So you don't get the 5 things that are pictured, you get one of these 5 things, but you get to pick, and I think that's really cool. So you can pick something from Haiti or East Asia or India or Guatemala or Thailand, kind of just depending on where you want to begin your business, and which artisan group or product you most kind of connect with. So make sure, and we will be talking about a lot in the Learn About group, but this is what you're sharing with women, is this opportunity. If they didn't do the $10 last month, well, guess what? You can sign up for $13 this month and celebrate our 13th birthday with us. Speaking more of the 13th birthday, here's a couple more pictures of the Quest backpack. So it has like a little top strap that you can carry it like this, and then the straps of the backpack actually slide up and become a shoulder strap. So I don't have a picture of carrying it that way, but that's the 3rd way that you can carry it. So it's really nice, especially if you don't always want to have a backpack. If it feels heavy or hurts your shoulders, you can do it as a shoulder bag. You can actually cross it. It's long enough, I think, to do as a crossbody as well. These are the confetti bracelets. These are the bracelets that you can, you and your customers can get free with the different levels of purchases through the birthday week. And they match the lanyard. So if you love the lanyard, or you have customers who purchase the lanyard, this would be a great opportunity to reach out to them and say, hey, we've got this matching bracelet, or if you really like the design. They are made from Job's Tears beads. So that's what the little gray beads are. And then clay beads from Haiti. And you can get up to 3, and it makes a beautiful stack. And I'm very, very excited about this. So my suggestion would be to book book up September 14th with a pop-up, or do some kind of event in your VIP group where you're sharing about the birthday and doing maybe, 13 giveaways might be a lot, but you could do a post about 13 things you're grateful for from your Trades of Hope business. Or, I'm going to be sharing some posts in the Learn About group that you might want to, snag and use in your VIP group about kind of the rebellious spirit of Trades of Hope, and things that our founders are looking forward to in the next chapters of Trades of Hope, and that kind of thing. Maybe even some of the Trades of Hope trivia I'm going to be sharing. But it's a time to celebrate. It's a time, like any birthday, it's a time to reflect on what you've done and where you've come from, and then of course where you're going. And you can do that as a partner. You can share that with anybody. You can share that with your VIPs, you can share it with your customers, you can send out a broadcast message. But you take the opportunity to reflect and share and celebrate. It's a birthday, so we should be celebrating all these wonderful things that we have been able to do in these last 13 years and what the future holds. Okay, so I'm going to invite a couple of ladies to share a little bit about Guatemala, because since our last meeting, we've had a lot of ladies go to Guatemala. But before we get into that, if someone was keeping an eye on the chat, were there any questions that came up? I don't know, Leslie, were you keeping an eye on the chat, or Loria? Were there any questions that came up, or are there any questions, if you want to drop it in the chat now, about anything that I just talked about?
It looks like Sarah did have something about the giving necklaces on the wake up call this morning. Gretchen did mention something about them being out Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Thursday.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
I could be
Sarah.
completely wrong. So,
Yes.
so that's what she said, Sarah?
Yeah, she said they're this Thursday, and the silver and the gold are donations to different places. One is to Kayla's
Mhm.
school, Touch of Hope, and then one is to Lunch Bucket. Yeah, I can't remember which is which.
Yeah.
Silver goes to one, gold goes to the other. And the key necklaces do have a higher price point than the bikes. I think she said $45.95.
Mhm.
But $10 from each necklace will go toward that. So yeah.
Well, good. Well, that's exciting, because I actually wore the key in Guatemala, and like I said, I really liked it because it had a longer chain. It's more expensive because the chain is longer.
14 karat. It's 14 karat gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gold plated. Yeah.
Yeah, the chain is beautiful. And so I'm really excited about the key. And it's nicer enough that you can understand why it's more expensive. And yeah, it's the two different kind of schools that we are connected to in Haiti. And silver gives to one and gold gives to the other, and that releases on Thursday. So that's great news. So I don't know what the 22nd is. That's something, but who knows?
Gretchen also showed, I think, is there a Together Tuesday release on the 12th? Would that be the right thing?
What is that?
Yeah, she showed something on that too. Some little acorn type things. Anybody else see those?
Yes.
Yes, I saw those too. You're right. I think those are coming out
On the 12th,
today.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Three little acorn type things, and what they say, gather, and a couple other things.
Blessed, maybe.
Blessed.
Thankful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can't
So
remember.
acorns to go with your pumpkins.
Yeah, and they're a little smaller than the pumpkin, she said. And I think the set's $29.95. Yeah, they looked really cute. So
awesome. Thank you. Obviously, I missed the wake up call this morning, so I appreciate that, Sarah. Thank you.
I watched it later while I was multitasking, so I didn't write
know.
it down, but I remembered a few things.
I
Yeah.
never got around to it, so I appreciate that. Okay, great. So
I snagged some pictures so I can post them in the which group?
Mighty Network. That's the only place where everybody is. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, I wanted to give some space and time for a couple more ladies to share from their Guatemala experiences. I think 27 women from the Great Love Nation were in Guatemala in August, and I know fire was lit And I've been doing one-on-one debriefs with many, many ladies and just hearing really beautiful stories and kind of, you know, when you have an experience like that, I just think it's really important to keep processing to the point where you've got these beautiful nuggets of like truth and wisdom that came out of the experience. And I know we're all still in that process, but having these incredible moments that we're kind of clarifying for ourselves that we can start sharing these stories and these moments with you, with our customers, with the world. So I've got Charity, Lynette, and Jody are each going to share for a minute tonight. So does anybody want to go first?
I can go first.
All right, Charity.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Just overall, the experience was just fun, exciting, and motivating. But one thing that kind of like struck me the hardest was one day we were walking through the town because you got some free time every day, and we were on our way to just get a cup of coffee, and these two little children, probably my daughter's age, around 4, kind of like bombarded me in the street. I almost tripped over them. They like came up so fast. And they were like begging me to buy gum and some lollipops. And my first thought was, where are their parents? Like, why are these little kids out in the street all by themselves? What's going on? And I didn't see any adults that were kind of like looking at all nearby. And it just like really broke my heart because one, like something could have happened to them and their parents wouldn't know. But two, how sad is it that their parents are even okay with sending their kids out to sell gum in hopes maybe they need food on the table and they're desperate, but they're sending their children out to do the selling. And for me, that just really hit a soft spot. Like I was pretty torn up about that. I kept thinking about what was going to happen to those kids and so on. And so then I got to play soccer with the little kids that were there with the artisans, their children. And it's such a drastic thing from desperation to laughter. It was so fun to just hear them laugh, but just to like see their smiles on their faces, and hearing the artisans say that they didn't have to leave their children at home in unsafe conditions. They were able to bring their children to work, and then also provide their children with education. When we bring their stuff to market, and sell their items, we are bringing that opportunity to them and indirectly affecting their children. And these children get to be kids. They don't have to sell or beg in the street. And that just like really hit home for me. And I'm so grateful that we get to do that. And the more that we sell, the more artisans that they can reach out to, which means the more kids that we could, essentially be saving from begging on the streets. And so that was kind of my takeaway from it.
And that's huge. I mean, it's hard to experience that juxtaposition. And I've had multiple conversations with partners that are like, it was hard to see poverty. It was hard to see people on, begging or selling on the streets, but we are creating a better option for so many. And even to give you comfort in that, I've been to Guatemala now 3 times. And so when I went in 2015, I met Clara in her home, which was a tiny little workshop, and the 2 or 3 women that worked with her. The second time I met her, there were like 6 women that she brought with her. And then at this past trip, it was a whole slew of people. I mean, you guys were there. I mean, when they started coming in the door, you were like, oh my gosh, there's so many. And I was able to say to her, your group has grown so much. And Edgar said, we impact over 100 individuals now. And that was not the case when we first started working with them in 2015. So it's working. And I think that's what we need a lot of comfort in, that even though it's hard to see that kind of juxtaposition and see that, what we're doing is working, and it is creating more and more opportunity for more and more families. So I'm glad you had that moment, because that's going to be a driver for you for forever. And I just hope everybody on this call hears that yeah, there's still terrible stuff in the world, which is why we have to keep doing what we're doing, because what we're doing is actually making a dent. It is actually making an impact. And that's huge. That's a huge takeaway. So thank you for sharing that, Charity. I appreciate that. Jody or Lynette, you guys want to hop in and share something?
Sure, I'll go. So I think there was two things. We know how appreciative the artisans are, obviously, because it's helping them with their jobs. But I was blown away that they had taken the time to give us all gifts. I think all 4 weeks they gave us like little Minion or Pokemon little things that they had knit, and little coin purses one of the other artisans gave us. And I was just like, I was not expecting that at all. But they're just so grateful for our partnership that they just took that extra time to have to make all these other things that they're not selling, that they actually were just giving to us. And that was really impactful for me, about just how much they care about us. They're praying for us all the time. And then I believe it was Michaela, part of Edgar and Clara's group, who talked about, she actually goes out to the other communities and gets the wheat peel for them to sew. And she just talked about how, because we are able to pay a fair price, when she goes and gets those, she's able to pay a fair price to those other artisans or the other people that she's getting the wheat peel from, and commented that oftentimes they're very undersold on their pieces. And so just because of us being able to pay a fair price, it passes along down the chain. So I love that they're able to pay for their supplies better. And so it's not just impacting our artisans, but it is impacting more of the community at large.
I love that. I love both of those takeaways. Probably the moment when Juana Maria and Laura started to pass out the gifts was like I almost started to ugly cry. It just took me aback so much, because, and Gretchen's like, they need to be able to be abundant and share their gifts with us. And I'm like, yep, like that's what the Dignified Partnership is. Right. And even though it made me emotional and kind of like, no, don't, but it's like, no, like I can't be the one always giving extra and doing extra. They have to, they want to do that too. They want to celebrate their abundance and welcome their guests into their, country. And it was very overwhelming for me, but such a kind of, I don't know, just gut check about when I say Dignified Partnership, that's what it means. It means allowing that abundance on both sides. And that was a big learning moment for me. So I'm glad you brought that up. And and Michaela was amazing, and how beautiful that, there's a lot of like exploitation and people being taken advantage of all over the world, and a lot in the communities that we work in. And so how cool that we get to be part of breaking some of those cycles down, kind of saying no more, no more undercutting, no more not paying me what I'm worth, or what this piece of art is worth, or this thing that I've made. I love that, because it's really about standing up for what's right and justice. And that's what we're doing too. I mean, that's what Michaela was saying. Like she can pay people fairly, because we are doing that. So it's cool. So many amazing, just little nuggets of takeaways that confirm what we're doing is powerful and real and effective. Lynette, you want to share something? Thank you, Jody.
Sure. Real quick to follow up on those things is the big impact, and I'll just state it. I did a wake up call about it a couple of weeks ago, but the power of the the opportunity and the impact that we actually have. Because we met, I don't know if the future groups, Erin, did you get to see Araminta? When was she there? I think she was still finishing up her
No,
art. No,
I
okay.
don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, there was this amazing artist in the lobby of one of the hotels where we went to eat brunch on one of the last days after we'd seen our partners. And she just had this amazing art. She was a speaker, an author, and like a very accomplished artist. And we were all in awe of her work. And she was in a wheelchair. She's a Guatemalan woman. But that hadn't held her back. She'd had opportunities to develop her art. Versus a woman that some of us saw in the square who had no legs and was propped up against a post to beg. And ladies, this is the power that we have, because I can guarantee you if that woman had an opportunity, she had a wheelchair and was able to do things like the sewing, it's something you could totally do from a wheelchair. If she had that opportunity, that is what we do. That's the value of what we provide. And who knows, those little kids that Charity was talking about running around playing soccer with, they are growing up with moms who can afford the things that they need and can send them to school and keep them safe. And that's the opportunity for those little girls and the opportunity for our partners, because our partners are freaking amazing. Like their skill is outstanding. I got to spend this morning, a friend came over to try some of the Guatemalan coffee, and she's a plant nerd like I am and an art person. And we were playing with some of the dyes because everyone who saw me there knows I'm kind of obsessed with our weaving artisans and their dyes and plants and everything. So we actually played with the dyes a little bit. I didn't have very many of the things, but I did use what we had. And we played with some paper flowers that my friend brought. And so we used the turmeric and made some of the flowers yellow. And this is from beets, which is one of the things they used. In fact, I bought one of their things that was made with beets. And and then I didn't have some of the other things, but I had elderberries, which I knew made purple. So we made also some little purple flowers. And it was just a lot of fun to get there, to sit there and play with that stuff. But they have so much skill and knowledge. It's not just us helping them. They're really amazing, skilled, intelligent women. Mm-hmm. And their families that were there, we got to eat lunch with them. I believe it was Laura's husband and son were there, and Juana's son, I believe, or husband or someone was there. And we were asking them what they did in our limited Spanish. And they were saying they help her with her business. And we were like, well, what do you do? And he's motioning. He does some of the sewing. And her son helps with stuff and packing, and they're there supporting her. So our partners are really amazing. So those are my two really big takeaways. Besides that, our partners that we traveled with are also really freaking amazing.
We're just surrounded by some amazing people. We're really lucky.
We are. And both the people went to visit and the people who were with traveling there. So this is my plug. All of you new people, next time we do a trip, go. Just decide now you're going to go and start working on it now so that you can hit those goals because you want to go. Believe me.
Yes.
And you get to be part of that opportunity too.
Well, and I love that. I love that you shared your flowers that you dyed, because that's such a beautiful illustration of every single one of you is a unique soul and spirit, and you are called to Trades of Hope because you just love this mission, this idea of empowering women, this idea of creating jobs and preventing human trafficking, or whatever that specific piece is. I'm guessing it's something to do with that. But what I love about it is that you can be you in this business and do the things that you love. If you love talking to people and connecting in person, and you want to go do things at coffee shops and farmers markets and vendor events, and just your extrovertedness is just oozing out of you, go do that. Do a meetup with your neighborhood and taste Guatemalan coffee and dye turmeric flowers and talk about plants. Do that. Whatever. If you're more of I like to do online things, or I want to connect with people on Instagram or in this way, do that. Whatever it is that you bring to the table is exactly what is supposed to be here. And we all firmly believe that every single woman that's called to Trades of Hope to be here, no matter whether you're spiritual or not, like you were called in some form to be in this space at this time. And exactly who you are and the things that you love and the gifts that you already have is enough to make a difference. And I think that it's just about believing that about yourself, taking the journey, experiencing, new things as you learn about things, what, recognize what kind of gets you in your heart, what makes your eyes well up, what are the things that you're just like, I need to know more about that, or I need to go share about that, because it might not be every single thing, and that's okay too. I'm probably not going to get together with friends and dye paper flowers, but I would get together with Lynette and do that. But I love that we each get to do the thing that lights us up related to Trades of Hope, and that it gets to be this beautiful kind of, I don't know, common space for incredible women with diverse giftings and talents and passions to do a singular good thing together. Because at the end of the day too, no matter how you do your business, as long as you are selling and maybe sponsoring here and there, or that you actually have a business, you are making a difference. And no matter how that came to happen, your that common goal is the same for every single one of us. And I think that's why the Guatemala trips were all so fabulous, because it didn't matter who we were on the trip with. We could have been with any 13 other partners, and we were all there for the same reasons. And we were all mixing together our talents and passions and unique abilities and skills, but we were all doing it for the same reason. And it's fabulous. And we're so lucky to do what we do. And that's why every day I wake up grateful for you all and for this business. And that's why this month should be a celebration. So I would just encourage you to go brainstorm some ideas, think about the birthday. How am I going to celebrate Trades of Hope's birthday? Maybe it involves candles and a baking process with coffee. Maybe it involves gifts. Birthdays make me think of gifts. Maybe it involves confetti. Maybe, whatever it is, think about that and come up with a plan for your September of how you're going to really celebrate, whether it's the celebration of your launch and your new business, or, kicking off your fall, or whatever it is, wherever you are. Yeah, Sarah said we're all part of a tapestry of hope. We are a beautiful tapestry that's all come together to create this picture of goodness in the world. And we have a lot to celebrate. We have come a long way in 13 years. When I started as a partner, there were less than 300 of us. This was 10 years ago. We were in 9 different countries. We are in 16 different countries now. So think about just that statistic alone is mind-blowing. So where are we going to go? When are we going to be in 20 countries? When are we going to be in 25 different countries? Like, I'm ready for that. But we're doing it. We're making it happen. And whether you've been a partner for 1 day or 13 days or 13 months or 10 years, you're making it happen. So thank you all very, very much. That is the end of our meeting. So I'm going to stop the recording.